So Dave Chappelle gets attacked on stage, and I'm wondering, is this going to be an ongoing trend? Let's talk. Drew Titan with the Painful Excellence Podcast. You know, it's never a dull moment. It's never a dull moment. The foolishness never takes a day off at all. So, I'm sitting in front of the TV. Okay, by now, I'm doing this. This is a couple of days old now. I like to let things rest before I talk about it. And Dave Chappelle's doing his thing on stage. And this guy runs onto the stage, tries to tackle him. And I don't know, you haven't seen Dave. Dave is not skinny like he was 15 years ago. The man's been hitting the gym. He fails at tackling him. Some of Dave's friends, like Jamie Foxx, Busta Rhymes, they were there. And they said, man, we thought that was part of the show, but they got a hold of him and he was yanked off the stage into the back, and somebody put the boots to him because this was the end result. I mean, they damn near stomped this guy's ears together. And look at his arm. They don't care how broke it is. You're getting cuffed to that gurney, buddy. And I think they confiscated a weapon. You know what I mean? Something like that. But I want to discuss briefly what transpired as far as how Dave Chappelle took it. All right, I'm reading something from the New York Post. The article says I needed to talk to him. And he asked this guy, what's this guy's name? Lee? He asked Lee why he did it. And Lee, the accused attacker, he said he launched into a story about how his grandmother had been forced out her Brooklyn neighborhood because of gentrification. Okay. For those of you that don't know, I live in New York. I live in the Bronx. I understand what gentrification is. I understand listen, where the Barclays Center is in Brooklyn, it's unrecognizable. That area where the Barclays Center is, if you in the 90s, oh, no. It was totally different over there. Matter of fact, when they said we're building an arena over there, I've said, how? Where? There? How? And they did it. That area is totally different. They're doing it in the Bronx, South Bronx. They're calling it Sobro now, like Soho in Manhattan. They're calling it Sobro. They're building skyscrapers right by the river, right before you go over the bridge. You go into Harlem. All right. Gentrification is real, and I understand that. But at no point do you bring awareness to that by jumping on the stage and tackling Dave Chappelle. I don't get the connection. It says here, Lee's on-stage attack was supposed to shed light on her situation. Okay. The comedian said that Lee, who 2 years ago put out a rap song named after him, appeared to be mentally ill. Surprise, surprise. Lee's older brother, Aaron Lee, revealed in a Rolling Stone interview Wednesday that his sibling struggles with mental illness and takes medication. Now, does it make sense, ladies and gentlemen? He pleaded not guilty, by the way, to the charges. He said Lee is a Brooklyn native, relocated to California when he was young after their grandmother died. Lee has been in and out of Los Angeles homeless shelters for the past decade. Wow, this guy has problems. The kid is only 23 years old. He pleaded not guilty to 4 misdemeanor charges after allegedly tracking Chappelle during his tackling. I'm sorry, I misread that. Tackling Chappelle during his Tuesday show. while armed with a bizarre knife that looks like a gun. You see? Now, let me paint this picture, y'all. He runs on stage, and let's say he tackles Chappelle perfectly. Chappelle falls on the floor. The guy had a goddamn knife that looked like a handgun. What if he got the juking Dave on stage? I mean, when it rains, it pours. Now, I know this is totally unrelated to the Will Smith situation, but it's weird how you had the Will Smith situation with Chris Rock. Sometime during that same timeline, you had this fool, the comedian who pulled out a gun when Mike Tyson was sitting there trying to enjoy his show. And now you got this. I'm wondering, I don't want to see what's next. This is out of control. I'm looking at pictures of this guy. He's clearly mentally ill. Clearly, okay, they got the picture of the knife that looks like a gun. Clearly. All right, he was in court with a swollen eye. I mean, look, this is out of control. All right, this is out of control. You know, he made a Chris Rock joke here. You know, this is out of control, man. Family, listen, man. I don't know what's going on. Well, we know what's going on with him. He's mentally ill. But security has to do better now because things are just completely blown out of proportion. Mental illness is a real thing. Live shows, the security is going to be taken a lot more serious. The security is going to be a lot more serious at this point. It might be to the point where they're going to need more than security. They're going to need law enforcement because now you don't know what these people are going to do in the front row. And yes, I'm going there. This guy could have got on the stage and tackled Dave and started stabbing him. What if you ran out with the knife out and stabbed him? This is ridiculous. Now, there's certain things that we don't have control over, but come on now. Come on now. This is bizarre. This is straight up bizarre. So, salute to Chappelle and salute to his friends that took care of him. This was a very serious situation, and we got to be careful because we got people roaming the streets out there like this that need medication. So, this is crazy. I hope this is the last thing about anybody running on stage and attacking anybody. But in this day and age, you never know. This is crazy. It's the Painful Excellence Podcast. We moving.